now. There isn't. There's not enough time to get all the information out that needs to get out. There's not. That's what I feel within my being. There's just not enough time. If you're just tuning in, good evening. I've been printing some more. I have some comments pulled up, but I haven't really got to look at them that much. I have noticed that with these UFOs, let me show you something. With these UFOs that have been being shared like this morning, there's big gaps in it. Great big gaps right there in the viewing. They're not giving them the views because of the nature of it. Hello and good evening. There's big gaps in that. There's big gaps in this one too, right here, where I overlay the disc-shaped UFO right up there. When I take the, hello Al honey, when I take the UFO right there and I fade it in and out, they block in the traffic to that, which is really interesting. There was another one on here that they were blocking the traffic to. Let me, I don't know which one it is. Oh yeah, it's this one too. This right here, they blocking the traffic to this one too. Totally blocking it. I guess I was too positive. They're blocking that. I think that was the only ones from this morning. They're giving the traffic to these right here. This is still getting the traffic right here. You see how it spiked, and then it's 3. They don't really like talking about it. They don't like talking about that kind of stuff, is what it is. But that's okay. Time is running out. There's not enough time. There isn't if you're just tuning in. Now, we know that we looked at this. We've looked at this from the observatory coming down. And they come down from the observatories, and this is what they look like, really big. They're the cylinders that come down from above, and they go straight down into shafts in the ground is what they do. Straight down into the shafts if you're just tuning in. Good evening, everyone. Yes, there's metrics on the other videos where there's not big gaps. So, yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. It's really weird. See, these are coming down from the sky. And there was another one. There's something else. There's something else, you all. I don't know if we had already looked at this from San Francisco, right here. This huge ship came through a wormhole. You can see it's like a flying saucer or something right here. And you can see it coming. It literally, look at the trail that it left behind. It's either some type of UFO or some type of top secret craft. No, I don't say that, Al. Oh yeah, I say shh. Yeah, that's okay. We gotta be sneaky. We gotta be sneaky. Try to get this out because we're running out of a lot of time. And you can see the edge of it. You can see that it's like a flying saucer. Yeah, let me hold on one second. Rosie's on the other side of that green screen. Let me get my pencil. I did put the plasma stuff up there on the wall. That's what I did, which is great. Get the plasma on the wall. Jeannie, get the plasma. Let's look at this, you all. So you can see the rim. I don't know if this is like a triangular-like thing, but it certainly is. It's some type of a ship that came out. It's like that came right out of a wormhole. That's in California. There's something else that I noticed too. Let me do this. Let's pull this one out right here. Let's replace that. This Sakurajima volcano, if you're just tuning in, we did this, and they look like, that ship right there looks like one of the light ships minus the back end underneath here. You can see it right there. It's cloaked in the clouds, but it's literally on top. They go up over the volcano. There's something going on. Maybe they going inside the volcanoes. You know what I mean? The UFO light ship that's cloaked in the clouds. They're going inside of it. If you're just tuning in, welcome. Welcome. We're gonna look at some of these stuff that I printed out. And you know what I'm noticing? I'm noticing patterns. I'm noticing certain craft, certain UFOs that have shown up in different places. And when you see the one on Table Mountain, it will give you a really good actual, you'll be able to tell what size it is. But let's look at this other one from Hawaii right here. This one right here. This UFO ship that we got from the time lapse. Look at it. You can see it right here. It's cloaked in the clouds. It looks like it has, like, you know how the airplanes will fly in or something? You can fly in that little cargo area. It looks like it has one of those on it, just like this. But it's on the northwest camera. Yeah. So what's happening is YouTube, if you operate in a country, Google or YouTube, you have to abide by the government FCC rules. And if they tell you to give precedence to certain types of videos, certain types of channels and stuff, you have to do it. And they'll tell you the ones that not to give attention to, certain subjects. See, look at this right here. Cloaked in the clouds. Yeah. Your answer about taking it up with, no, you can't take things up. You can't take things up with YouTube. You can't, you off. You just, it's the algorithm. And YouTube has to adhere by the laws set forth by the FCC in that country, or you are not allowed to operate in that country. That's how it works. It is all controlled. Not to say that there weren't humans on the other end. Okay, now it's more AI controlled. That ship right there. But what I've been noticing is a pattern. And wait till you see this ship coming up right here from the Table Mountain. And when you see the Table Mountain ship, we're talking about UFOs right now is what we're doing. We got massive UFOs that are in the sky all around the world is what we've got right here. Okay, well, see this, let me help you out. Let me help you out right here. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If you come on here and you start trying to argue with me personally, I personally will take it personally, and I will personally block you like I just did, Stephen, whoever you are, okay? You just got yourself blocked. You're arguing with the owner of this channel, okay? It's like you're stepping in my house and starting an argument with me. So that's why you got blocked. Okay, see, that's what you was doing. You're taking the focus off these UFOs that I am sharing. You're trying to jump the subject, and I'm not going to tolerate it. I'm not, do I look like I'm going to tolerate it? No, we don't have enough time to get the information out that we're getting out. Time is running out. We're running out of time. Hello, Applebrooks, honey. Time is running out. What am I supposed to be doing? Okay, this is what I'm doing. So we've got this right here at Table Mountain in Cape Town, South Africa. There is a filter on this cloud structure that's over this, but wait till we zoom up on it, you all. That's right. He had to say bye. Wait till we zoom up on this. I want to show you this. Where we at? Okay, right here. Look inside the clouds right here. You see those great big portals right there? Great big holes in the, they're the great big windows like things right here. You can see one here, here. They go all the way across. We've seen those before. We have actually seen those before in a very good picture. Here it looks like a dragon or something coming out of the end of that. But this specifically right there, great big portals, portholes. Those portholes up close, these right here up close on this ship. Look how big the ship is based on Table Mountain. You see it? This is what they look like up close right here. It's the same ship. They're cloaked in the clouds. It's the same type. This is more clear. This is at Popocatépetl volcano right here. And here they are coming over here to Table Mountain. They are right here. You can see the perfect circles that are there too. Circle here and a circle here. And wait a minute. There was like circles also in the squid. There were great big giant like circles in this squid too. I mean, you can't see them that well, but there was like great big circle things here. So I'm thinking that these ships, right, that are, where we at? I can't find the clouds that are right here. These ships that are right here, the holes in them, because they're great big and long. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe that these are the same type also, right here, from the observatory, and that they're this one here too. What's even more interesting, when you look at Table Mountain, we're going to look at Table Mountain now. If you're just tuning in, welcome. Table Mountain, this is the original, screen frame from Table Mountain. This is the timestamp right there. You can see it's on February the 23rd of 2021. You can see the timestamp. This is Table Mountain. Up here on the mountain, Table Mountain, look at the holes on it. You see those holes right there? Table Mountain appears as if it has some type of green screen on it, and it is made to look like it's an actual mountain at times. I'm just telling you how it is, because we caught this. It came down, and this is literally what it is. It's the largest alien base on the Earth, right there. These holes right here are also from this species right here too. It's from that species right there. They got the holes. And this is one of the big clouds that came to Table Mountain. This is Table Mountain, and this ship right here. This is enormous. This is absolutely enormous. But there's a smaller version of that on Table Mountain. It's mind-boggling. It is so mind-boggling, and there at the top also. It is there is some kind of green screen or something going on, but look at that. This is that. Look at here's the edge of the mountain right there. But when we look at the edge, see how big those holes are? When we look at the edge of the mountain right here. What if this is like one great big, I don't know. It's like a base. It's literally like a base. It's like a base. It's the largest, that's what I feel within my spirit. It's the largest alien base on Earth. This also has to be this also is the place of the Earth's chakra. If you know anything about the chakras on the earth, that is the Table Mountain where that is. It's the earth thing. If we got any people whose focus is on the chakras, that's the earth thing right there, is what it is. Right there. We've documented the UFOs. They come out of the sky, and we documented one coming out of the sky. It came down like this. It followed a path like this, and it went into the city right near an apartment building, and then it disappeared. Then it disappeared. So there is a green screen. If you live there, you're not going to notice any difference. But this right here, no, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Let's see what it looks like in the inverted mode. Let's just, there it is. You can even see it in the inverted mode right there. You can see it in the inverted mode. And let's see if we can go over top of it. Yeah, there's still some right there. One time when we was at Table Mountain, while in zooming up on Table Mountain, where's the bigger one? I'm going to tell you what happened. There were, it was in this area right down here at the base of the mountain, there was an opening. You could see windows in which gigantic beings were looking out. They were great big giant beings. There was two of them inside the mountain. They showed up on one of the frames of the live cam, and these beings are enormous. But look how big these holes are right there. The same type of holes that are seen. This really is a good depiction on how big they are when you zoom up close on these, and that's what they look like. They're enormous right here coming up to the volcano. They are enormous, is what they are. And they do kind of match this right here, because they got holes. Has any of you all seen these? And I've seen them myself. These great big, they're square, they're bus-looking clouds. You ever see the bus-looking clouds? The clouds that look like a bus. They're a great big long rectangle. And if you look inside of them, they have these on them right there, big circles on the inside of them. I remember, I want it to be the original. I remember being in Clarksville, Indiana at a stoplight. And there was those clouds. They were great big like rectangle clouds. And inside they had those circles in them. That was in Clarksville, Indiana, and that was back in around 2018, 2019. They're all over the world. All over the world is where they're at. See, we're running out of time to get the information out. These is what they look like. They're cloaked right there. And that's the Table Mountain right there. You can see it's cloaked on there. They got really good technology. They do. But they, you found them. See, they went all the way, these species went all the way to Popocatépetl volcano. And then they come back in all these big, thick clouds. When you see big, thick clouds like that, that is your sign that there are massive ships in them. What is these? Is that their great big giant heads? Gina, that sounds silly. Well, I'm just asking, is it? So this is 7 something at night. 7 something at night. We used to go here a lot. And I couldn't even tell you. I don't watch sci-fi because I just think that this is literally goes all the way down. The whole mountain probably looks like that. With and it's right next to the ocean. The ships come and go too. Great big motherships. I'm cutting the circulation off to my feet. I'm sitting on my feet. stretch out my legs, you all. It's like, those are different. Those are different than these. These are different because these don't have those great big holes in them. These type of ships right here. This was the Sky of Tennessee. Because I haven't seen any like that with these type. These like light ships. I haven't seen them with these. But this right here, you all, this is just wild. That was the one and only time that we found that on Table Mountain. But if you look, I'll put Lynn asleep. I think maybe these originated from there, since they kind of look like that. Maybe, because they came back there. You can even see the top of the ship. It's massive. I mean, you can see the midsection, like double. Okay, it's like double layers. It's like a layer here, one level here, and then up there's another level. And you can see the same thing with this. There's one level here, then below there's another level, but you can't really see that well below. If you're just tuning in, we're running out of time. Yeah. Oh, living a life of harmonious abundance. I love it. I do. We all want harmonious abundance in our life. It starts on the inside of here. That's where it starts. Right there on the inside of your being is where it starts. Right there. But this, I'm sure when I get through a lot more pictures, we'll probably find. Wait a minute. Do those have holes in them, circles in them at the top too? Because it's kind of evenly spaced. They could have holes in them also. It's not their best camera. And if you think about that, well, then you got this in the sky too, right here with the Wolf Creek Pass. This is really interesting. Whatever that is. And these things right here move around, but then why would somebody have a red light planet? So I don't know what this video was off of. Why would they have a red light planet and then have something like this looking like right next to it? Because it had the things on it like this had on it. Which is interesting. It really is. With that, and with this matrix, there has got to be something. There's something literally. There's something going on where this is concerned. Because really, you should not have this happening. You should not have individual, like, cubes placing themselves on the structures. You shouldn't. You shouldn't have them doing that like they did in, of course, this is Los Angeles. See how they rearrange themselves? They take pieces of the building out and they stick them in different places. To me, that's some kind of intelligence. Because you're deliberately doing that. If you're a cube, you're deliberately doing it. It's like they're replicating. Maybe it's the other dimension trying to be built right. Let me just explain this. The other dimension, let's say the metaverse. Say the metaverse is literally being built, and these cubes right here are doing it by replicating right on top of these the structures themselves. They're replicating this right here in the virtual world through the digital cameras. Because see, they can change it. They can literally. Shelley, you have a good evening too. We are on our way to becoming immortals. That's what someone said. You know, if you get the 3D brain, the 3D silicone brain, and they give you a body and stuff, you'll become an immortal being, and you will be the new human. But you'll have a consciousness and something like that. So besides the matrix, you got this going on, the cube stuff. And then you got real world. You got different species here, different agendas, and then you got these coming out of nowhere. There's a battle. There's a battle taking place on Earth by different species. There really, really is. That's the conclusion. That is the conclusion. Whoa, Gina, you're moving your thing. I know I'm moving it there. Let me stick that up there. Yeah, I'm knocking my tripod thing down. I'm getting myself all messed up. Let me do this. All right. It's not enough room up here. So this would be a different species too. These would be a different species that are coming down. And these would be a different species. And this, I would say, probably is like one of the dominant species right here. I would say this is one of the ancient species right here. Whoever they are inside there, they literally, see, they go up to the mountain and they park their clouds. They park their clouds, which are their ships, like they do on the volcano. They literally cover the top of the mountain and they just stay there. And people aren't supposed to think that, hey, what they doing there? Well, you know what they're doing there. They're ships. And I believe the mountain, then after that point, the mountain comes uncloaked and they do whatever behind the screen. They just put up their fake screen and they have the clouds up there, and then they go inside the mountain, go inside their little elevators or stuff underground or whatever they're driving around in. Their homes in the ground, they're probably great big gigantic beings. How big are the beings inside the earth, you all? Do you know how big the beings are inside the earth? The giants, are the reptilians like 15, 16 feet tall? What about those great big doors? The great big doors you see in like the mud floods and stuff, how big were those doors? It looked like they were big enough for a giant. And by the looks of these great big portals, the great big portals in the sky, portholes right here, they'd have to be gigantic. They'd have to be gigantic beings. You ever see like these ships like this, and you see great big gigantic heads of beings inside there? See, they had to be giant. You got the great big tall doors. Yeah, I'd wonder, 20 feet. I think the Nephilim, I think I did a video one time. How big were the Nephilim is what I think I did. How big were the Nephilim? Let me see this. Let's tilt up my monitor. How big were the Nephilim? Let me come over to my channel. If we were to, it was a video. It was not a live stream, the Nephilim. I just have to type it in. Let me just push this somewhere. I just have to type it in. Let me just stick this up there. The Nephilim. Oh, I could have spelled it wrong. My keyboard really is not working good for me. It deliberately, I think AI does it. All right. Okay, I did a video. I did a video right here. That's what I did. It's the mysterious Nephilim are said to be 40 feet tall. That was 1 year ago today. That's how high 40 feet would be right there. I overlaid myself, and I see how big I am right there? This is the tree in my front yard. And that was me stacked up to where I would reach 40 feet. So that they are that big. That's how big some of the doors are, isn't it? Some of the doors are that tall, are they not? Some of those great big giant doors where the humans are, giant doors. Giant doors. No, see, it's no. This, I wish this would not do it. It doesn't even want me to type my words. Okay, I got it. Let's see how big the people are with these giant doors. Okay, now see that? Like this one giant door right here. See how small she is? Okay, so if they were 40 feet tall, this giant door at the Pantheon right there, the giant door, it would be this is how big they are. They're this big. They're that big. 40 feet tall. Just like her. Oh my gosh, she's that tall, like this. Wow, that's her. And it's as tall as my tree. As tall as my tree. That's how big they are. Let's see. There it is right there, 40 feet. So that would make sense. If you have giants that are that tall and a human being is this small, it makes sense. It makes sense. It truly does make sense. And so there's giants inside these ships. Can you imagine a human? A human wouldn't even be big at all inside here. A human would be so teeny tiny. Teeny tiny inside here. And you know the story of Ho Ho Ho, Jack and the Beanstalk and the giant. He went up into the clouds and stuff. All right, that's this is how big these beings are. They're as big as 40 feet tall. These are their ships, and I believe they live in Table Mountain. It's their main base. See, that's why there's hardly any development in Africa and stuff, because the giants, the great big giants of old, they're under the ground. Under the ground, and it's massive. That's what I think. Totally underground. And there's other species. There's other species. But yet it doesn't stop them from traveling around. It doesn't stop them at all. And Africa's pretty big. It's like right there. Although they say you can't go by the map that you have, but they said that you can fit all the countries within the continent of Africa itself. Yeah. I don't know, you all. It's a lot to think about. It's a whole lot to think about, but something's I think the giants are still here. They went underground, and they got those great big giant doors like that. Great big giant doors all around the world. And the flood didn't get rid of them. The flood did not get rid of the giants. And was Noah a giant? Was he a Nephilim, one of the giants? Yeah. Oh, Applebrooks, honey, we got some. We're like ants, like an ant farm. Yeah. And King Og. King Og in the Bible was supposed to have been the last of the giants. King Og. How long was his bed? I think the giants were a lot bigger. And how big was Goliath truly? Yeah. Michael, Why do I want to go to sleep? I don't want to go to sleep. I'll go to sleep when I want to go to sleep. Applebrook ain't playing tonight. Apple Brooks is not playing with you, so don't test her, because she doesn't look like she's in a playing mood. That's right. We are compared to them. Yeah, the Philistines. One just said yep. Um, Someone said we should be homeless. That's not nice. Everything was bigger, just like the giant trees, just like the great big trees. The whole earth was bigger, just like the dinosaurs, right? The dinosaurs, the fossilized trees, the great big doors. Did the aliens, did God try to destroy, did God cut it down so he could start again? Because the giants were eating the people. They ran out of food. The people couldn't supply them. According to the book of Enoch, the people could no longer feed the giants, the Nephilims, and then the Nephilims started eating the humans, is what happened. The Nephilims, the giants started eating the humans, and they were, I guess, driven underground or something like that. Yeah. I'm a very old soul. Like a lot of people on here, they're very old souls. Yeah, that's what they are. And some more. And how come some of those statues, some of the statues around the world are humongous? Humongous. Absolutely humongous. So you got giant doors. There's something to them. They didn't just make them just to make them. Sure, they're wonderful pieces of art. Are all the doors in the buildings that big? They could be. All the doors in the buildings are about that big. And even inside some of the churches and the halls, I wonder why they're so tall. In some of those magnificently churches with gigantic doors. This is how, and a 40-foot Nephilim would weigh 960 pounds. A 40-foot Nephilim, 960 pounds. If I was a Nephilim, I could literally pick myself up and hold myself in my hand. I could, if I was. But I'm not. Look at that. No, these giants probably had ships, and those ships are probably what they're traveling around in the sky with too, and the giants are underground. And Table Mountain seems to be a place of choice. It really does. And why did the Queen Elizabeth and other people go to South Africa? Why? What did they have to pay homage to? Really think about it. The column or basalt, the giant tree. Okay, let me look at that. Let me see if I can get that really fast. The columnar, if my thing will let me type it. Let me see if it will let me type it, because my keyboard is not. It doesn't want to function properly. The column, columnar, columnar, got that, basalt. Okay, got it. Yeah. Okay, there we got it. We might have looked at this before. Did we look at something like that before, you all? Columns. That's me. Jenny, you look like a column. No, I'm not a column. It's pretty interesting, a structure. Well, this really kind of reminds me of crystals and stuff like that that got turned into rock. I guess they're trying to say these were naturally forming. Naturally forming. No. Did you say it was a tree or something? These are trees or something. What were they from? Good evening. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, yeah, there's something going on. Igneous rocks. Igneous is. Why is the Giant's Causeway hexagonal? The Giant's Causeway. You feel you're out of time. Chicken farm. This looks like it's like bricks. Underwater columns. So the giants lived. Looks like a big hand. Great big hand, a waterfall. Wow, it's quite amazing. Hewn out of the side of wonderful piece of art. Absolutely wonderful piece of artwork is what it looked like. If you're just tuning in, this was the plasma that popped up around the Iceland volcano. Popped up out of the ground. Here's another picture of one of the plasmas that popped up out of the ground. And then another one popped right up out of the ground. I am going to be going. There's something going on. There's giants in the sky. There's UFOs. There's different types of UFOs. There's different types of species battling it out for Earth and the humans on Earth. We got some ships that come out of the oceans, come out of wormholes right here. You can see them. And it's not a joke. It's not. None of it's a joke. You got cylindrical shaped ships coming down out of the sky at the observatory. And there, more than one comes down. They come down every single day. They go on a mission scout. They go somewhere and gather data. You've got what looks like a giant mechanical squid, but upon closer observation, it's some kind of a ship, and it's got great big round portholes, like in a submarine. You know how you get big circles in a submarine? There's like that. And they just so happen to match these right here that are getting ready to go on top of Table Mountain in Cape Town, South Africa. Right here. And this is what they look like close up, like that. And this is Papakato Volcano uncloaked. So there's different species here. And this is Table Mountain. It has the holes like that. It's a base. It's the largest alien base on Earth, and they're underground. And the island, the mountain looks like it has a green screen. And this is original footage from Table Mountain, Cape Town, South Africa at 2/21, February the 23rd at the timestamp. And there's a type of a light ship, Sakurajima volcano right there on the bottom. And these are light ships. These are different types. Then you got something like this in the sky. If it's Nibiru or a planet or a ship, and it kind of looks like this thing right here, whatever that artist drew, whatever it was. This is the FAA Wolf Creek Pass. So there's a lot of stuff going on. There's just a lot of stuff going on. So I'm going to go, and we got a matrix. It looks like they're building a world with the cubes, a alternate universe for the metaverse. Right there, they're replicating our world on the digital cameras. Yes. So I am going to go and check out the videos earlier this evening. There's something to that eclipse. There's something going on with that eclipse that they got going on the 8th of April, because it's going to X mark the spot. It's supposed to be going down through towns that have the name Nineveh. It's supposed to make a complete X, which also would happen to go straight around the New Madrid area. And this is a future map of the USA if there was an earthquake that they're planning for the New Madrid earthquake drills. They don't plan for an earthquake unless they are expecting an earthquake. And there was like a Rapture, Indiana or something near there too. So we're in this great big world, and yeah, and we're running out of time. Okay, we're running out of time, so I'm going to go. And it's 10:19 and we got giants. Yeah. I guess we're going to find out what happens. There's all kinds of theories of what's going to happen there on April the 8th, but there's one thing for certain. They want everybody to go outside and look up at the eclipse. And the sun is said to be rising in the west, and according to prophecy in Islam, that's when the hour comes. Around 40 days afterwards, you could have something happen from that. So, and the solar eclipse will give the effect of the sun looking as if it's rising from the west. That's the only time during that lunar or solar thing. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening. Yeah. So I am going to go. With that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you, Applebrooks Honey, Al Honey. If there's any other moderators on here, thank you. And thank you all for your comments. Yeah, please give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Thank you for subscribing. There's a lot of stuff going on. We ain't got much time to get it out. We really don't. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Oh, you're very welcome, Steve. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, you all. Good night.